Hello there! Check 1, 2, check.
Sibilance.
Alright. Creeping in. Thank you.
Alright, we're rocking. Let's see if we can knock this out as quick as possible. I've got a Zach Sabbath show tomorrow night. I've got to shave my legs, my back.
Yeah.
I don't want to rip my fishnets. Let's do this. There's nothing funny about that. It's the truth, man. I take my art serious. Let's do this. See, nobody's got any questions.
Thank you very much and good night. Well, hey everybody, thank you very much for coming. I'm Michael Silvola, president of Schecter Guitar, and we are very proud to be in a partnership, relationship, love affair with this fine, upstanding man right here who needs no introduction. And again, just proud and honored that he came to us to make his dream come true. So we're going to turn it over to him, no babbling from me, and ask questions, and here we go.
All right, let's roll. What do you got?
Wow. What do I have? Next. Trumper.
Hey Zach, where do you come up with the designs?
You ever make your way back to New Jersey?
Actually, I'm trying to think the last time I went back. I'm trying to think, well, if I hit the Brookwood Bar and Grill right now, that would be most of my high school would be in there, you know what I mean? So if I want to run into them, that's where the gang is. But no, usually if I go back, you know, we'll go back during the Jersey Shore if we got any friends and stuff like that, for, you know, friends having birthdays or anything like that if I'm in town. But most of the time we're, you know, touring or whatever. I mean, it's just, usually I'll run into buddies when we're actually doing, you know, having a black label mass when we're rolling through Jersey.
Great question over here. What was it again about the design?
Where do you get the inspiration for the designs of the guitar and the artwork on the guitars?
I mean, as far as the paint jobs go, and I mean, you know, whether it's the Vertigo, the pinstripes, the bullseye, the buzzsaw, and the buzzsaw thing I saw like on a lighter or something like that years ago. I mean, you know, we just see some cool pattern, you'd go, man, that would look cool on a guitar or whatever, you know. But no, I mean, as far as designs, I mean, I got tons of books. I mean, it's not, you know, just tons and tons of like old books and stuff like that of old guitars. I mean, like obviously the oversized inlays and stuff like that are like Django Reinhardt. You know, seeing one picture of him with one of the jazz guitars, but it was just like with the really massive oversized block inlays, and I just always thought that looked really cool. So, you know, but just any designs. Me and you could be looking through a book and just go, man, it'd be cool if you mosh that together with this thing or whatever, you know, with this kind of thing over here or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, you can always just tweak anything. So, I mean, that's what's really cool about it. And I mean, now that I have my own company,
I like the Raven.
the sky's the limit. I mean, me and you could just be coming up with anything and then just like try it. And even down to the woods, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, because they all have different characteristics and different tones. So, I mean, it's obviously, you know, your rock solid things are usually, you know, with the mahogany body. You know, that's why most companies use mahogany, just because it's tried and true, and everybody knows it's going to sound good, you know. So, but no, I mean, you use ebony is a harder wood than rosewood, so rosewood's going to be a darker sound, and then you got obviously maple is even harder. You know what I mean? It's a brighter sound. So, and it is weird that, I mean, you know, Father John will tell you, just like cooking, you with different types of woods, you put them together, they really do have different tones. You know, they really have different characters. So, you know, and like I said, the sky's the limit right now. I mean, and these are just the first three fiddles that we got coming, and then there's a batch more that we're designing and making right now.
Cool. When will they be available, and where can people buy them?
So the first batch, the initial launch, will be available mid-March, and they will be exclusively through Zakk's online site. So when he came up with this, he came and approached us about, you know, I want to do my own thing, and I want to make it accessible to everybody. I want everybody to get it when they want it. So he's going the direct route. We'll also have one exclusive partner in the U.S. that will be Guitar Center. They've come on board heavily and will be the exclusive brick and mortar and online through Musician's Friend as well, selling all his products. That will be launched in April. So aside from that, globally, that's where Schecter came in, and we're handling the partnership of the distribution outside of the U.S. So we'll use our networks and our chains to make the guitars available throughout the world. And as far as pricing goes, just to throw in, because that's probably a following question, is you have everything with a Tune-o-matic in the various versions is streeting, what we call streeting. So what you'd buy it for at $9.99 would be available on his site for $9.99, and the FRs, anything with the Floyd Rose, is $10.99. And that's all the news that fit to print on that one.
Yeah, without doubt. You know, we made sure we put all the good stuff that's on. I mean, with the Tone Pro stuff, obviously you got the Floyd, the EMGs, everything like that. So, and the craftsmanship on the stuff is just slamming. So, I'm really happy with the way. I mean, I couldn't be happier. I mean, with the way that the guys are just crushing it over here.
How long did you spend time for make the design or everything?
What's that though?
How long did you spend time?
How long was the process?
Yeah,
To get it
for process.
sampling process?
Oh, the sampling process? No, it's, I mean, you got to figure. We started like last year, and then we made, you know, a bunch of prototypes that we brought here last year. We were over at a hotel, you know, because we just brought it off site just to get the ball rolling on it, just to let everybody know this is for real. We're really going to do this. So even though they weren't ready, I was just like, it doesn't matter. Just you got to start. So and we still have those prototypes, and you know, some of them are just. We couldn't get our hand, like the original Warhammer, you can't even get your hand up, you know, it looks really killer on the drawings. It doesn't work in reality, you know, yes. It was just, but we still got the guitars, and but I'll always keep them because those are the first ones, you know, so, but no, it was just, we've been going since last year. And then like right now, this batch that was here, even with the necks, there's another batch that's coming with a thinner neck taper, because as opposed to, it's right now it's a little bit wider, because we wanted to see, you know, we've done different neck profiles. It's like, man, what happens if we just made it a little bit wider, like this kind of neck or this or whatever? And so you're not going to know until you make it, and then you try it. You know, it's just like if you got to cook it first, and then you try to souffle and just go, no, it's missing this or it's missing that. You know, so no, I mean, but I got to be honest with you, I've been. It's not like as much as you want it done, I want it done now or wanted it done yesterday. I'm enjoying the process because once we get it done right, then it's ready to go. You know.
Are you directly managing the manufacturing side of it through Wild Audio, or Schecter involved in that, or how is that?
No, fellas, I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, as far as like with me and John, we just work together on all the designs and all the, you know, as far as like the making of the guitars. I'll go down there and John's got. Zach, come on down and check this one out right now. You know, like the Warhammer that we have right now, the USA one. It's just like, actually all the guitars that we have, of all the prototypes and everything like that, we've gone down and seen John. You know, whether the necks are wider, we can make them smaller, they're fatter, make them skinnier, things like that down to the necks, and then even down the design of where the neck joints go in. You know what I mean? Just like going, Zach, it's got to come in more. They'll be even more sustained. You know, obviously, you know, and then looking at other, you know, guitars, classic guitars or whatever, it just goes, really, you know, you need more of a neck pocket and this and that, yada, yada, yada. But John's, you know, the rocket scientist when it comes to that. So, as far as being a guitar maker, you know, so, because and you know, it's just like, John, let's try this or let's try that. It's just like, yeah, but Zach, this is what's realistically going to work. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like I said, I've been digging the whole process though.
Wild Audio exclusively going to manufacture 6-string guitars? Are there any ideas for basses or accessories?
Well, I mean, as far as if we're doing basses or we're going to do anything down the line, I mean, obviously it's guitar, it's Wild Audio. I mean, that leaves it open to everything. You know, I mean, it's not even just guitars. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, basses. I mean, obviously, if there's a demand, and you know, I mean, because obviously I got tons of my buddies are bass players. You know what I mean? So. I'd see no reason why we wouldn't go into that either. You know what I mean? Every aspect of anything. You know what I mean? Because and at the end of the day, the whole thing is, as long as you're making something that kicks ass, that's all that matters. And it just, yeah, it's not. You know, I want whoever's going to be buying one of the guitars or anything that we're buying, whether it's a distortion pedal, an amp, or anything like that, and it's got your name on it. The whole thing is, it doesn't matter what, you know, whether it's because it's Zakk Wylde. I mean, the whole thing is it's just like people go, I never even heard of him. You know, it's oh, he used to play guitar with OZZY, he's got this band Black Label, whatever. It's like I never heard of him. You know what I mean? So it's just like, but I really dig the amp, or I really dig the guitar. You know, I mean, that's what you want at the end of the day. I mean, it's just, you know, the guitar has to be slanted. I mean, it's, you know, or like you said, anything that you make at all, just make it good. There's no need why it should be a piece of shit. It's the truth, man. Yeah, I mean, but it's the truth. You look at Mercedes, Bentley, BMW, any of them. I mean, you know, Cadillac or anything. The reason why the standard is up here, it's just because why make a piece of shit? Just make something good if you're gonna work at it. You know what I mean?
Will there, so we saw the samples that you have in the other room. There was one USA model, there were 3 imported models. Will you have a USA line? Will that be part of the standard offering to have a USA as well as an import line?
Yeah, well, I mean, John, we were just talking, the one Warhammer that we have is obviously, you know, it's the custom shop thing. But the guys, I'll let Mike report.
So, Zack's ultimate goal, he wanted to do something that hit his working class audience. That was something that was going to be affordable. That's when he came to us, and obviously with this room full of guitars and the artist roster we have, we make guitars that are affordable and guys play on stage. That's really what he wanted, something he would put his name on, be proud, that can also be affordable, that you didn't have to be filthy rich to afford. And I think we achieved that for him. He is actually playing the guitars, and please make no mistake about this guy who's been involved from every aspect of it. He's at the shop, he leaves covered in sawdust, and you know, I'm really proud that I think we hit what he's going for.
They keep asking when I'm going to go back up tour. Hey, Mark, can you book another tour now?
To answer your question directly on the custom shop stuff, we have plans for it. He's got, believe me, he is down there all the time. He's working on these projects. And to further the point, these will be expensive, just as a lot of the guitars he's played in his history have been thousands and thousands of dollars. We're trying to make sure all the fans have access to this. We wanted to make a great affordable guitar first, and then to the diehards, the fans who want the ultimate of ultimate. Zakk will kindly make you an experience. He'll build you a guitar, he'll play it for you first, shoot you a video, and next thing you know, you got a beautiful custom Warhammer. That is down the line. Right now we're getting our toes in the water. We'll be jumping in soon. But we're showing it to display everybody it's coming.
Thank you.
Next? Anybody else?
Yeah, Zakk, have you recorded with it yet? And if so, when are we going to hear?
Actually, I used these on the new record that we just did, the Book Shadows with. So, yep, I used them, and then, yeah, so the guitars are on a new album. You'll be hearing them, so when you hear the Book of Shadows record, it's these guitars. You know, so.
Full transition.
Yes.
Electric on Book of Shadows.
What's that, brother?
What's the mix between acoustic and electric on Book of Shadows?
Oh, what's the mix? Well, it's the same thing. I mean, it's still electric, solos and stuff like that, and then there's piano, Hammond, obviously acoustic, and then you got, then there's electric stuff on there as well.
Are there plans for acoustic Wild Audio products?
Yeah, without a doubt, for sure, totally. But yeah, like you said, right now we're just gonna get the ball's got to get rolling. So first things first, we got these 3 guys coming between the Odin, the Viking Breed, and the Warhammer. And then, like I said, well, obviously the other guitars we got ready on deck are the Barbarian, the Raven, and the Behemoth. And it'll be as deadly as the Behemoth storm that's coming to hit the East Coast.
New Jersey.
Your flight's been canceled, just in case in case you wondered.
And not that fucking guitar again.
When are those designs going to be available to see what they're going to look like?
Well, actually, those 3 other guitars, I've posted tons of pictures. I posted on my social, my Instagram, my Twitter, all the time. You know what I mean? So just let everybody know, all the different designs we're going to be doing.
We got to keep you coming back, so we'll slowly tease you with more and more.
Yes.
Probably just on that, probably the Barbarian will be the next one out. Zakk and John have already got it. So we have the blueprints kind of done up of that shape, and hoping probably mid-year, summer NAMM, having the Barbarian.
I got a question. Did you name that after your wife?
Uh,
Part of it, Barbara,
Yes.
Eric?
yes, she lets me sleep on the couch now too. I'm lucky.
Hey Zach, speaking of the different woods that you use on these guitars and playing with the neck as far as what works functionality, John, you might want to add into this. Are you trying to achieve a certain sound? You obviously have a signature sound. Are you very aware of that when you're, going with the different neck size and the type of woods that you're using in the guitars?
No, I mean, the whole thing is obviously it just got to be good. You know what I mean? It just, yeah, without a doubt. But that's why we always talk about it. I mean, why most guitars are, where there's usually those woods always pop up on all guitars, even all guitar companies, you know what I mean? Where it's just like a mahogany, then you figure with the necks, it's always, wire fretboards, always rosewood, ebony, or maple, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because certain woods they respond really well.
Do you find the size of the neck alters the sound at all?
I'm trying to think what, for me, I'm trying to think, I read this interesting thing years ago, with Yngwie, because Yngwie's a Strat guy.
Right.
But he said he was blown away with his guitars. He literally took the necks off the guitars, and was just kept the body, the pickups and everything like that. And he was just swapping necks on it, putting a maple neck, then a maple neck with a rosewood fretboard, then a maple neck with an ebony fretboard. He said he was beyond floored at the tonal difference in the guitar. He figured it would be bodies because it's such a bigger piece of wood. He was blown away by the sound of just with the neck.
Yeah.
What is the unbelievable difference it made. Especially when you're, and with all the guitars, what I always do, I test drive everything, and I just call it the Black Label, Pepsi Challenge. I bring the guitars up at the Black Vatican at my studio, and when you're listening to things through the little speakers, the playback speakers, they don't lie. They will tell you exactly what's a brighter sounding guitar, what sounds fuller, what's that. When you're standing in front of a 4x12 and you're just blasting away on that thing, it's just like, dude, I can't.
Hard to tell.
After about 20 seconds, I'm like, dude, I'm first off, I'm deaf, and now I can't even tell what's going on. I can't feel my genitals, and now I can't feel my feet. You know what I mean? But that's how I feel every night on stage. But the thing is this. So, no, but it really is the truth. I'll bring it in the Vatican. I do that with the tubes. I do it with the amps. Down to tubes, down to speakers, down to everything. But you can. It's mind blowing how you can hear the difference. But as opposed to just standing in front of it, you out of 4 amps, you would just go, and the guitars, you go, dude, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds loud. Just loud. I can't tell you what the tonal qualities of everything, because it's just ridiculously loud. But then when you hear it in the Vatican, I can just listen to it with the little speakers. I go, wow, what guitar is that one? That's the best sounding guitar you got. We can listen to 4 playbacks. So that's, like I said, I test drive all of them. You know what I mean?
Great.
While we're making them, so we know what sounds good and what's good. Or we can play a neck and go, man, this thing's too fat, man. Or it's too wide, or it's too good.
Good answer. Thanks.
And we do have variations. He's pulled in his babies, his favorites over his lifetime, and we've made about 4 different. So there'll be different neck profiles, probably for different shapes based on what Zach likes on that particular shape. So they will vary.
We've had he's brought in from his collection. The Holy Grail, his first Les Paul with the Bullseye, has fantastic Midas. So at one point we had 10 guitars in there, and it was our job, mainly John, to sit with Zach and go, so what do you like about this one? And he goes through it, this, and so I think he was trying to find that ultimate hybrid of, because his guitars varied, but finding out what he liked about each one, and trying to put that.
And like I said, you're not gonna. We were talking about it before. You're not gonna know until you make it.
Right.
And we can talk about it all day long, but until you make the guitar and I can put it in my hands, we're either gonna go, dude, this is it. Or you're gonna go, man, we're almost there, just a little close, just a little thinner, and we got it. So it's just like just making a soup. It's the same difference, man. We could eat it in a tomato soup, and I just go a little bit more Tabasco. We got it. And we're there.
Well, that level of involvement's what we're looking for. Awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The guitar should speak for itself. It shouldn't be me. you know, and you know, because I played with Ozzy and Black Label and all this other crap. I mean, it should just be the guitar speaks for itself. Just pick up the guitar, play the guitar. You know, and the fact that my wife lets me sleep on the couch now, that should have nothing to do with this guitar. Just if you like the guitar, you like the guitar.
Do you have any plans to make a standard Les Paul shape?
Well, you know, I mean, the single cutaway thing, I mean, well, you know, my take on it is the Odin. You know what I mean, with the Viking horn on it and stuff like that. So, yeah, without a doubt, man. But you know, but it's all, you know, then you got all the other designs, like, you know, the other ones I said like, that we have coming out.
Anybody?
Anything else? Gonna ask me who's gonna win this weekend?
Patriots.
Who is going to win?
I was looking forward to a Cleveland Browns Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl, but I guess that's not gonna happen. No, I gotta go with. I mean, if you're smart in Black Label Vegas, I guess the favorites would have to be. It would be Carolina Captain America Super Bowl. And don't worry, the Saints won't be in it this year either. They'll be watching with my beloved Giants. But I think I'm gonna have to root for Peyton, man. Just because he's like the coolest guy on the planet, and plus, he's a great ambassador for the sport. And if he does win the Super Bowl, I think he could just fade into the sunset.
That's
Just go see you
That's
later,
it.
I did it.
Broncos.
You know? Yeah, so we'll see what happens though, man. But I think if he was safe, it would have to be Carolina, Captain America.
You doing a
And I'll be
follow-up book?
watching that when I sleep on the couch in the house.
Hey Zach, you doing a follow-up book?
What's that, my brother?
You doing a follow-up book to your first book?
Oh, with that, bringing metal to the children? Yeah, all I got to do is go out on the road for about a month. I'll have another book for you. How's that? It's the truth. I mean, I don't have to write any of these stories. It's like Seinfeld. You can just embellish on a story that you have, you know, and you're not making it up because it actually happened, you know.
Do you have a tour planned for Book of Shadows 2 yet? Or is that...
We actually just got done, finished mixing it. We just mastered it the other day.
You will tour on it?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think we start that in May, and I'll be bringing all the new guitars out in the whole 9 yards. I mean, I've been test driving them all on the road, all the protos I bring on the road with me, and just, you know, and use them. So, but yeah, no, the tour will be starting. I think we start in May. We start in Europe, over in London. So yeah, that's about that.
What was the catalyst at this point in your career to decide to create Wild Audio? Everyone knows you as the Les Paul Marshall guy.
Well, no. Me and Blasco, we got done doing we played on one of those Metal All-Star shows. We had just come back from Europe, and we landed in LAX. And how these kids found out we landed, I came out into the streets. Me and Blasco, these kids came up with like 2 strats. They were like, Zach, can you sign these things? I signed them. The kids left, and I go, yeah, you know those are going straight to eBay. So me and Blasco, we go home, we put eBay up, and like the next day, those 2 guitars that I had signed were on eBay. One went for $1,200, and the other one went for $1,400. And Blasco looked at me and he goes, jackass, you need to start your own guitar company. And that was it.
Nice.
So that was the catalyst of how it happened. No, but it was just, like I always said though, which is the truth though, it's just, I've been blessed that I was able to, all the companies that I was with, from being a 14-year-old kid, practicing in Jackson, New Jersey at my parents' house, to having all the posters on the walls of all my guys, with, you know, Jimmy Page, Randy Rhoads, Tony Iommi, Jimi Hendrix, Frank Marino, Al DiBiola, John McLaughlin, like all my guys. And I'm actually with the companies that all my heroes played with. And then I'm blessed that I actually, to have a signature guitar or a signature amp, and then actually blessed to design with them, you know what I mean, with all the companies that all my heroes played with. And I couldn't ask for anything more. And so the next logical step is just like, it's like Michael Jordan, you know, he's a player. Then, you know, after that, let's say Mike would have went to coaching the Bulls, then he's the VP and the general manager. Then the next logical step is the team owner. it's just the next logical step, you know. So, yeah, and it's like super exciting, man. And then and it's great having the guys that I'm with right now. You know what I mean? Between Mike, Mark, and Father John over here, it's awesome.
Very cool. Thank you.
I think sometimes if a company, maybe something Zakk has been with previous, a company will get such a size, they don't, even with an artist of the stature of Zakk, his guitar designs are radical. And I mean, I think we're at a level that we can do some different things that maybe a bigger company just doesn't have the time or desire. I mean, not a knock on anybody, but...
No, but I mean, it's like, but the whole thing is, all my relationships with every company that I was with, are still awesome. And it's just a matter of just leaving your parents' house, you know what I mean? So, you're gone, and now, not playing with Oz anymore. I still talk to them all the time. We still talk to them on the holidays and hang out with them and everything like that, and love them. So, it's no different, So, no, I still, and like I said, I'm beyond grateful, and I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't ask for anything more with all the companies I've been with, and I'm beyond grateful for everything I have. So, but now it's just super exciting. I mean, so now you're out of your parents' house and you got your own apartment now. So now it's a matter of making it happen.
Thoughts on
business?
Oh, trust me, I'm in the music business. It's amazing I can sit down right now.
Zakk, your thoughts on Sabbath starting their final tour this week?
Oh yeah, well, Oz, yeah, he's out there doing that right now. So I was just talking to him the other day. I mean, it's just between Lemmy passing away, because Oz known him forever, and it's just I met Lemmy in 1991 when we started doing No More Tears and stuff like that, and Motorhead was out. So yeah, that was pretty insane, So but yeah, I mean, it actually is pretty insane. It was this last couple of months between Scott Wylde and then you have Lemmy, then David Bowie, then Glenn Frey. It's insane, man. No doubt. So Oz was just like, I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep moving. I said, Oz, what do you think? I said, asshole, I gotta keep moving. But that's about it, man.
Well, guys, anything? Again, thank you. Spread the word on this. This is Zakk's company. We're here to facilitate and need everybody to spread this.
Yes, and bring world peace. That ain't never gonna happen. Well, at least, well, look at this. Nah, it's not gonna happen. But anyways, gang, everybody, thanks for coming down. And yeah, let's get to work. We gotta build some more guitars. All right, man. All right, cheers. God bless, guys. There you go, bud. Thank you.
All right. Take a quick picture. That was awesome.
Yeah, sure, man.
Is that cool?
All right.
Mike, get a shot of you.
I'm a big fan, by the way. I'm really happy for you and the new venture. I wish you a lot of luck with it.
man.